Hi everyone, welcome back to the Label Leaders series as we're on our journey to Hagerstown, Maryland to meet Thomas DeBoer and his crew at Hub Labels. Thomas shares with us a really candid view of where they've come from and where they're going.
Summertime, I guess where most kids went to summer camp. My camp was here. I was raised by printers, some of them who still work here. I remember sitting on desks, watching them run the machine and talking to them about life and learning the ropes that way. I don't think I ever realized it was what I was destined to be, a printer. It's just one of those things that I've always been. My dad, I guess it would have been in '67, he decided to go down with his family in Central America and embark on a different career there. So in El Salvador, you had various different businesses that supported each other. Kind of, if you produced a shirt, and he needed to have a cousin that produced a cone that took the thread and put it on there, and somebody needed to produce the tape and the boxes. Well, somebody needed to produce labels as well. And then as the war got heated up in Central America, he needed to come home, but he still had an interest in being an entrepreneur. So he started Hub Labels in a little storefront, not half a mile from where we sit. Both my mom and my father, watching them grow up in the business, has taught me that you can have a successful career and a successful family and still go home at 5. When I realized it was for me was after I graduated from college. I wanted to go out on my own. It didn't work out. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get back into the printing business. So I quickly came back and started printing. When my dad made me president of the company, he was emotional about it when he announced it to the team, and I can see why, because he's like, I'm giving this to you, you know, you need to take care of it. Don't squander it and leave it better off than I gave it to you. For me to take the helm as president was just I was going to continue doing what I've always done and start to learn about sales marketing and on the finance side of it. So I had a good team behind me who knew what they needed to do. They knew the standards. They knew what I needed to get done. Every day we review the productivity and the profitability of jobs. I have an open book policy. My guys know how much money I make on every job that goes through here. And we do it every day. There aren't any secrets. But you need that, I think, in this environment to be able to move fast and have a decentralized organization. COVID has changed an incredible amount. I think, but at the same time, I've kind of looked at it that, yeah, it's changed a lot, but it's also given me the ability to leverage using technology. I'm a technology guy. So after a couple of weeks of being in this churn, I'm like, guys, we gotta get moving here. We gotta do something. So there's an old Navy philosophy that when they're sailing, sailors can get bored and get in trouble. So captains of these ships would keep them busy, so they'd paint the ship all the time. So I'm like, okay, that inspired me. Like, we need to keep up with our projects. So I said, guys, we're not stopping anymore. We're gonna start doing. So I kicked up all these projects. We've upgraded our digital press. We've gotten Sharp recertified, SGP certification through this process, but they don't have time to complain about COVID. When they come to work, man, we're working. TLMI, when I joined the organization, I believe it was 2003, I was kind of in that cusp where I needed to do something differently. I needed to shape who I was, and I think I was lacking a little bit of confidence. So somebody told me that TLMI was the organization where it's business leaders getting together. But it was an opportunity for me to reach out to my peers and establish relationships. Very valuable for me. I view my peers as the guys that I look up to, the Brian Gales that I call all the time, talking about printing, when Michael Ritter owned his label company, calling him. If you were to call me a label leader, I'd say that there's probably 50 label leaders, or the entire organization, that has shaped who I am today. For my daughter, I think she sees my excitement from a packaging standpoint. She can't go to the grocery store with me. My wife won't let me. I go through the store and I'm looking at this stuff, and back then she thought I was just as crazy as my wife thought I was. But now she accepts it and she thinks it's pretty cool. It's cool having her come in here. I have to reinforce to her when she's at work, I'm Mr. DeBoer. It's not going over very well, but you know, hopefully she's doing a good job. I told her not to let me down. What do you think, baby? Hmm?